Going to be working on a Vendo hot food case. As we can see here, it's at a temperature of 136. Normally it should be between 145 to 160. So, and they're saying that they're seeing that these two lights are flashing here and these two are flashing. So that's an indication that there's a possibly two bad heaters. So I'm gonna try to let you see me test the heaters. I'm gonna test all the heaters, and then I'm going to possibly replace these two top heaters here, where obviously I'll have to have the food removed from it, and we'll figure that out as we go. But basically, I'm going to start by testing these heaters. I'm going to get this panel right here off, this front panel, and then I'm going to pull out the display where the board is located, and then I'm going to disconnect the heaters from the board and test each heater. As you can see, I have the front cover off now, the front panel. This is the controller right here. It's held in with these 4 screws right here. I'm going to undo these 4 screws and then pull out the controller so I could test the heaters. Before I pull out this controller, I'm going to power it down. Then you'll see all the lights will go out. That's the top right side button. And on these models here, there's a main power switch on the far left corner. I'm going to hit that off there. So that's all set. And then I'm going to remove the 4 screws and then pull out the controller.
No, not really.
It's a little noisy in this store, so please excuse the noise. I'll try to see if I could sound off a little louder, just so you can hear me. But they have their music playing. As you can see, these right here are the heater wires. So these are the terminals. There's 6 of them. You have your top left, your middle left, and your bottom left heaters. This is your top right, middle right, and bottom right heater. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and test each heater. I'll show you a little later, but on the board here, you have another wire right here that is going to the front door. The front door slides in and out. So this wire right here is the connection for the front door. And then this wire right here is the switch connection, the ambient thermistor. This is the wire for the ambient thermistor. This ambient thermistor goes up the middle of this unit, and then it sits at the top to read the ambient temperature. And then over here we have our power, our inlet power going in. There's 6 more wires here that have the these are for all of the lights. So these wires here are for each light. So you have your lights, your heaters, your front door switch, your ambient thermostat or thermistor, and then your inlet power right there. You wanna check your continuity on these. You want to get see what your resistance reading is on each of these. And as you can see, there's 5 wires here. We have 2 red wires, a green wire, white wire, and a black wire. And then of course the terminal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to test the wires to test the resistance. You want to test across the black and the white wire. So I'm testing across the black and the white wire. I'm getting 100 ohms, which isn't bad. I'm going to check the rest of these out now. So this is the left middle wire to the heater, and this is the one that was flashing. So let's see what reading we get here. Okay, I don't know if you can see my meter, but I have an open line. So this heater is bad. This heater will have to be replaced. I'll leave that aside for now. And then I'm just going to check the rest of them. This is the bottom left heater. I got 98, which is not bad. On these, you usually want to see between 90 to 100 ohms on these heaters. Now I'm checking the top right heater. I have 102. That's not bad. This is the right middle. This is the other one that was flashing. And that one I have an open line. So this will have to be replaced also. So far I have the middle left and the middle right that need to be replaced. This is the bottom right last heater. Just gonna check that. That's giving me a reading of 100. So we have 2 bad heaters on there. I'm gonna go ahead and get this set up so that I can remove the heaters and replace them. Okay, I'm pretty much set up here as best I can. Excuse the view, but I have to film this through glass. There's like a plexiglass right there. Yeah, this is the best angle I could get right now. But for now, I'm just getting everything else moved out of the way just so I can replace these heaters.
My son's grandma, my brother.
And again, I'm doing these two bottom heaters, this one here and this one over here. Again, sorry for the view. It's pretty much the best angle I could get. Let's try that.
I just wanted to hear him say that. Hey, it's some funny shit though.
I'm gonna start on this side here. I usually take off the top. Some people don't take the top off. They just pull the wire for the heaters. They pull them through. But I kind of like to see which way the wire is being pulled, so I can guide it through. So I take this top, the very top off. It's just two screws that hold that in, and then I can get at the other screws for the side panel. So that comes up like that. That's the top. Pull that up, and that way I can get to the two corner screws. This corner screw just holds in this plate right here, and this is the conduit that all the wires run through.
Never mind.
When I remove that conduit, I also have to remove the insert for the doors, the door insert. Just kind of pops out, and then you got to bend it, and then it comes right out. And I can pull the whole plate out right there.
Health department wanted to shut it down yesterday.
Oh yeah?
No joke.
Right.
No joke.
Why? Because the food was cold?
I couldn't get the kid from you to test no matter what I tried.
Yeah, it's got two bad heaters in it, so
Found an expired sandwich after you inspected them, I inspected them, and Schwartz inspected them.
Someone put that there. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Someone put that there.
okay, so I'm removing the middle wire.
We're gonna get
There we go.
tomorrow. We'll go through the machine up. Them to the machine, one or the other.
There we go. So that's the wire there. I pulled that through.
You don't think, right there. That's your pair right there. You gotta keep these down, guys. Send the text to everybody. Keep these shields down.
Okay, so now I'm beginning to remove the shelf here. This shelf has a little rubber cover over the screws. There's 3 screws on the front, of that, and I'm removing those now. And this will make it possible to remove the heater. And this is that.
I don't know what's going on.
This is that front cover on front of the that goes on front of the shelf. So I'm removing that now. And then once that's done, there's 2 more screws. See if I can show them to you.
Yeah, okay.
So this cover lays right over the shelf like that. Once you get that off, there's 2 screws inside there, and then the shelf is going to lift right up.
Yeah, get on the shit.
I don't know what it is. I think the water.
Okay. I think you can see that. It's that back side of the warmer of the heater lifts right up, and then you can pull it out. Just twist it so you can angle it through, and then the wire is going to come right with it. There's also a ground wire that I have to disconnect from this heater, so I'll disconnect that in a minute. I probably should have pulled this wire out before I lifted the heater out, but I got a little distracted here. Sorry about that. Just gonna sit that down right now. Then I'm just gonna remove that ground wire. The ground wire screw is right underneath this plate, the plate that the shelf sits on, the heater sits on. Okay, now I'm going to try to position the camera so you can see how this heater peels off. Okay, I'm just trying to position the camera so you can see the heaters. There we go. So this is the heater right here, and this heater pulls off like this, and then I'll put the new one on in a moment.
I think I ate 800 ibuprofen somewhere for
Okay.
one.
This is the new heater. There's a layer that peels off, and then you just place it back onto the shelf. And just make sure all of the corners are down there. It's adhesive backing, so it sticks fairly well. You just want to make sure you have everything down.
Are you talking to yourself again, my friend?
No, I'm on the camera. I know it looks like it, right?
No, it sounds like it.
Right? Sounds like it. You're right.
That's right, my friend. I hold conversations for myself.
Yeah, that's all right. Here we go. Now,
I want to have a conversation, I talk to myself. If I want to dumb it down, I talk to others.
there you go. Okay, so I'm just sliding the shelf back in here. Then you want to make sure to line your wire up so that you don't pinch the bottom wire, so that just run it along the back side there. And then there's a small indentation that you could fit the wire, the harness, and the ground wire through, and then it just sits. I'm gonna see if I could give you a look at that.
Don't worry, I won't call the white coat man with the.
Right? Okay, there we go. So you see the little slot that you can fit the wire and the ground wire in between, and then the heater plate fits right down over it. And then you can fit your screws back in place right here and on the other side right there, and then put the cover back on, and then just run the harness back down and plug it into the board. So that's what I'm going to do now. Now I'm just running the harness through the opening, through the chase, and then run it down the chase and into the board. This is why I take the sides off, to be able to run this harness up and down the chase a little easier. Makes it a little easier to get to. Like I said, everyone does it differently. Some techs just pull it through, or some will tape a long rod to it. Up here they'll tape around it, and then they'll send that flex rod down through the chase. I just find it easier to take the side off and then run it down and grab it with my hands. So now this is the right middle terminal that I'm going to plug into. That one's replaced. Now I'm going to do this one on the left side after I button all of these down. Just going to put all the screws back in. And there's something I always forget. I don't know how I do it, but a lot of times I forget to connect the ground wire. So don't forget about reconnecting your ground wire. And I'll put my cover back over that shelf.
Sorry about that, guys.
Okay, that's back in place. Now I'm just gonna do the other side and then we'll start it back up and we'll go through checking the program in the menu. Okay, everyone. So I have the heaters back on. Heaters are back in place right now. Everything I put back together. Put the top screws back in. The top cover sides are back on, and the front bottom panel is back on. I just want to go over how to go into the menu on these. Right now I'm just going to test to make sure that everything is cutting on. Give me a second. So right now everything's back on. All of the lights are good. A lot of times on these, you'll find these lights, these lamps. Sometimes if it comes on with like a little surge or something, sometimes that'll blow those lights. But all of them are working properly right now, so that's good. Right now the temp is reading 77 degrees. So I'm going to show you the process of going into the menu on these Vendo hot food cases. I'm going to press the button off. When you're going to hit this middle button, it says time on it. So you're going to press that in and hold it, and then at the same time press that power button, and then you're going to get 4.11, and that's letting you know the software code. But now you can go to each heater and you can see what they're set for, and see, you can press the left button to go down, press the right button to go up. I'm going to bring these top ones up to about 240, and this middle one that's set at 235, I'm going to leave that at 235. The bottoms are 220, so that's good. Now the other side, 235. I'm going to bring that up to 240. Middle, 235. Bottom, 220. And that button controls, those buttons control either side. So when you set these, you're setting both sides of that heater that we put in on each shelf. And then now, since we have our temperature set, we can go ahead and press the power button, and then it's going to save those settings. So now it's ready to heat up. So now I'm going to go ahead and let this heat up. We should get up to about between 145 and 150. That's what I'm looking for. So right now, the other thing that I want to show you on these is when you set the time for the holding period of the food. So this timer goes up to 4 hours. So you can have that hold for 4 hours. And then now I want to go bring it back to, give it 1 second to clear. So that's set at 4 hours right now, but I want to set it for 30 minutes right there. So each time you press, it's going to go up a half. Okay, so I'm going to set the rest of these for 30 minutes just to test them out. And you don't want to press these with like a tip of a screwdriver or anything like that, or anything hard. You want to use your finger because these can damage that touchpad, the hard objects like that. So right now I'm going to go ahead and let this heat up. I want to show you something else on here. If you run into a problem with them saying that there's an issue with one of the heaters, you can always go in and say all the lights should be on like this. If the heaters are on, you can just press the heater button one time, and it's going to tell you how much time is left on the clock, and then it's going to read what the temperature is of the heater. So that's a way of checking the heaters. If you press that and then it says like it's below 60 degrees, then more than likely that heater is bad. But that's one way of checking without having to take everything apart. You could check it like that. And then if you think that there's possibly a bad heater, then you can open it up like we just went over. So I'm just going to give this a moment to heat up, and then we'll come back and see how it goes. Okay, unit is at 140 degrees. They are set. I have the food in place right now. My ambient gauge, my temp gauge is reading 156 on the inside there.
Put it in. This is how long it takes.
172.
I'll take care of it.
And then down below is at about between 135, 140. But we should be all set here. Again, this is a Vendo hot food case. It's a HFD 04 model, and we should be all set. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care and stay blessed.